Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video I'm going to share with you my 10-minute routine which gets me warm and ready to play competitive darts. Now the reason I'm putting this video together is quite simply I had a fantastic response from my previous video where I look back at the whole year of 2024 and my statistics in competitions and online and on live stream. Many of you asked me, Matt, what are you practicing on? What do you do when you practice? How much are you practicing? Someone wrote, how many hours do you spend practicing a week? Well, the truth is, I think there's a bit of a misconception that I'm at here in the board in the shed, chucking darts here all day. I can tell you now, that isn't quite the case. And the reason for that is, like many of you, I have quite a lot of responsibilities outside of the shed here. I've got a wife, I've got a dog, no kids as of yet, I've got a full-time job, mortgage to pay, other responsibilities, family, friends, and other things that I also enjoy doing. Don't get me wrong, I want to practice and play darts as much as I can, but let me give you an insight to a typical conversation that I would get on a Wednesday, which would be, Mish, I'm playing darts today at 8 o'clock, but I'm going to be spending 2 hours in the shed between 6 and 8 warming up before I go to the venue. I don't think that would quite fly. So in this video I'm going to share my 10-minute warm-up that I typically do, which you can elongate to 15 minutes, 20 minutes of your choice. So if you're like me and you're pretty active, pretty busy day to day, I think you might like this one. Let's get into the video and I'll share that routine. Okay, so this is my warm-up routine. The first thing I do is called Hit That Dart, where I'm going to throw 3 darts at the board and try and get them as close together as possible. My first dart I'll aim at the treble 20 and I'll try and get 3 as near as I can. The next one will go at the treble 19 and then try and get 3 as near as possible, and then 3 more at 18. Now I'll just go round in a circle like that for 5 minutes or so, trying to get some consistency, trying to get some rhythm. I'm not really that bothered if the first dart goes in the 5 or the 1. If it does, so be it. We just try and follow 3 as close together as possible. So let's give that a go. And I'm really cold. I've generally not thrown a dart yet. Not bad, got 2 pretty close together there. So we'll go around and do that. Also, while I'm warming up, I really suffer with a bit of a swelling in my wrist and a bit of stiffness, so I will try and get my wrist moving with a little bit of motion. I wouldn't stand there in the pub doing a full-on stretch, but I'll just keep it rotated and try and keep it moving and get it warm. Maybe give it a prayer stretch if you want to be really sad. Maybe not do that. It might look a bit silly, but it does help, to be fair. I've got quite a stiff wrist. It was an injury I picked up as a teenager, which I've still got today. I'll leave that with you. So we'll do 3 at the 20. Let's drop down to the 19s now. And again, so I'm really not too worried where it goes, just wherever the first one goes, we want to follow it. They're not bad. And then finally I'll do the same at the 18, but if we've got that 5-10 minutes, I'll do that in a circle there. Ooh. Bit left. Not the best one to finish on, but that's the first part of that routine, trying to get consistency and a bit of rhythm. The second part is all about the scoring. That's where we're going to be looking at the 20 bed here, and we're just going to be throwing in a straight line. And at this point I will take a bit more of a note of how I approach the oche, try and get my feet square, get my head set, and then bring the dart up to throw. And we're trying to get 3 just in the 20. And that's not bad at all. So we'll go around and probably do that for 2-3 minutes to try and get a bit of consistency straight down the line there. Once I'm happy with that, the final thing I'll do is I'll start doing a little bit of scoring. And the scoring game I'll start with is one actually I've done in a previous video. It's called Up 10 Down 1. I like it for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it gets me used to throwing at the double bed. But more importantly, before we play in a competition, it gets the brain working. It gets me thinking about my routes to finish, gets me doing a little bit of maths, and just gets the mind going as well, which when you're, still relatively green into this sport, right? I'm still learning myself. It's a really good way to remind yourself of some of those finishes, get the mind working and get comfortable doing the maths in the environment that you're playing in. So I'll start Could start at 52 like previous, but let's start at 82. Oh! How about that? So there's 82, so now we'll go up to 92. That was a first take. No one will ever believe that. No one will ever believe that, but so be it. We go up to 92. Ooh. No score there. So we missed on 92, so we're going to go down now. Instead of going up 10, because we missed, we'll go down 1 to 91. If we get the double, we go up 10. If we miss, we come down 1. And I'll do that game for the remainder of the time that I've got here. So just to summarise, 3 things that I'll do to warm up. We will firstly just throw 3 darts at the board, and wherever the first one goes when we're really stiff, really cold, doesn't matter, we'll just try and follow it with 2 others. We'll then do some scoring straight down the line at the treble 20 bed, get comfortable, work on our posture, make sure we're approaching the oche right and that we're all set. Number 3 is, of course, up 10, down 1. That's a game that I just go to. I really like it for getting the brain working, hitting some doubles, feeling a bit of confidence at the board. And finally, yeah, I do a bit of stretching on my wrist. Can't help that. That's just me and my pretty weak wrists. The final thing I'll say is, for the purpose of this recording, I've moved quite quickly through the games here with not really that much focus and concentration. One of the key things, and if anyone has played golf in the past or has come into contact with Dr. Bob Rotella, he will tell you, and top sports psychologists will tell you, that when you're practicing, make sure you practice with a bit of purpose, stand to the board as you would in a competition, go through your routine, make every dart count as much as you can while still enjoying yourself, of course. But that would be my last takeaway from this exercise, is putting a bit of meaning behind that warm-up. Particularly once we've got those first throws out of the way and the arm is warm and the wrist is loose. So anyway, listen, hope you've enjoyed that video. Thanks for your continued support on the channel. We're going to keep making videos, we're going to keep practicing, and we're going to have a good 2025. Catch you in the next one. And finally, if you're looking for more darts content, you can see here how I used a metronome to hit a 180, or you can look here and see when I was battling in a charity darts competition. Whatever you do, as ever, have fun, throw well, see you in the next one.